Connie. Today is day one of Fan Expo Philly. I am about to leave. I have a 2.5 hour-ish drive ahead of me, and I'm soloing this convention today, so hopefully the drive isn't too bad. It's not too long, thankfully, but obviously doing it alone is way different from having somebody else in the car. I'm just gonna get coffee right now, and then I'm gonna go stop by a Chinese bakery for some bread, and hopefully that'll be enough to keep me through breakfast and lunch. I might also buy a sandwich actually from like somewhere nearby here for lunch as well, but is that too much bread? It might be, but I don't know. Just because once we get there, we're not leaving until like 9 p.m. so I don't know, we'll see, but let's go. Alrighty guys, I'm all set up for Fan Expo Philly. I could have actually built one tier higher for this side too, but I forgot to bring more grids and I only had the pink ones, so it didn't really look that cool unless I like detached the grids here and then bumped it up, but I was too lazy for that, so this side is just gonna be 2 levels, and then this side has 3 with my 2 jumbos up on top. But yeah, everything else is basically the same as my usual setup. I usually have these buckets. I did remember my banner this time, so that's great. But, you know, bring one thing, forget the other. I forgot most of my price signs for my bins. So I'm like, should I just write a bunch of them right now? I think I'll have to. I only have like a couple of my regular ones, and then everything else like I'll have to write price signs individually for, but it is what it is. Yeah, hopefully today goes well. All right, I managed to put the yellow ones, which are my new signs, and then I actually found some of my old ones, which is this pink and like this other font. So I just used those, and then whichever ones I didn't have, I had already found these ones that I had wrote previously, which makes you realize I always forget my signs for some reason. But all good. The only other thing I have to do is maybe add some more of these individual price tags for these bigger items, but that's about it. I think I'm fully ready. Yay! Alright guys, I'm all set up, but as I was bringing all my stuff into the venue, my bucket completely fell on the floor. The cap fell off. All my plushies rolled all over the floor, and I was holding so many things in my hand already that I was like, oh my god. So that was kind of traumatic. Like literally all of my plushies were on the floor. Luckily, 3 people were really sweet. They ran over and like helped me put my plushies back in the bucket, and then they like walked with me like with my stuff. So it's so sweet. I'm so thankful. But yeah, aftermath. My bucket is broken, so I'm scared about loadout time at the end of the weekend. But hopefully I would have sold all of my plushies so that I don't need to fill the bucket anymore, so that I can like peacefully bring my stuff out without all of it rolling. And now I kind of want to switch all my buckets to the black and yellow crates, because those I think are like secure enough where even if the bucket like fell on the floor, none of my plushies would roll out. But yeah, I'm also so thankful it didn't happen like outside, because it was pouring. So all of my plushies would have been dirty and wet, and honestly at that point I would have just been like, okay, I need to go home because it is not working for me to be here right now. But yeah, little update. It's also like 3 p.m. right now, so VIP hours are happening until 4, and then 4 to 9 is regular attendees, but I don't know how many people are gonna show up today, especially because it's raining and really badly. So yeah, hopefully it's a good day. I have a lot of expenses to cover, so hoping for a really good weekend. $8 is your change, and this is my business card and care instructions for your time. Thank you so much. Alright guys, it's 6 p.m. a couple hours has passed. I was like, oh, it's really slow right now, but somebody bought my Gojo, and it's kind of crazy because I've had that Gojo for a little bit now and he hasn't been selling, so I was like, oh, like maybe because JJK isn't like currently airing that like nobody wants him, but then somebody bought him, and literally right after the people next to him was like, is that your only Gojo? Because I really wanted him. I'm like, oh my god, no. So sorry, look at this. So you never really know, like the demand is different at every convention, you know. Who would have thought 2 people right next to each other wanted the same Gojo? Quick overview of my hotel room. I'm staying at the 4 Points by Sheraton, which was part of the room block that Fan Expo Philly provided. I actually missed the discount, so I actually had to pay full price, but just so you know, there is a discount, but I missed it all, so I'm paying hefty prices for this room, but all good. What can you do, right? It's been a long day. It's 10:30 now. I left the convention center at like 9:15, but I wanted to check in. Then I bought food. I went to the same like chicken place that I went for Philly Otaku Fest because it was like a block away from where the parking garage was, where I parked the car. So it's like, it was good, like why not go again? So I got that again. Today went well. It was really slow at first, but it was because VIP got 2 hours, and if you didn't know, VIP usually doesn't go to Artist Alley if they're inside. They're probably gonna go like to the celebrity stuff. So yeah, it was really dead in the beginning, but then it picked up a little bit, a good amount actually. Actually did it, and it was okay. But yeah, I did not break even yet. Like I said, I had to pay full price for this hotel, so there's gonna be still a good chunk of change I have to sell before I break even, but I'm almost there. I'm more than halfway there, so ideally I'll hit that tomorrow if all goes well. I do need a crochet tonight because I am already running out of some stuff. I didn't sell out of anything yet, so there's that, but maybe tomorrow. Alrighty, this is day 2 of the convention. I ended up being able to widen my display because the person next to me never showed up. So this is what day 2 looks like. I gave each big plushie a little cube. So it's pretty cute. Kind of have like a Lego display over here for some reason, but yeah, this is what it's looking like. I only have 3 Kirby's left. 1 toast. I am running low on the booty turtles, but what's new? But yeah, that's what the booth looks like. Hopefully, we do well today. And I'm starving, and I didn't eat yet. I wanted to show you guys what I got. So my friend who lived in Philly, she recommended. Oh, I was seeing there was a tag. She recommended a sandwich place called Middle Channel. Look at the sandwich. That's my face. It's so big. Yeah, so I got a breakfast sandwich from there. I'm hoping I love it. And then I went to a cafe called Chatty. matcha latte is pretty good. And I'm kind of picky about my lattes. So I was going around because I ran out of ones yesterday. I guess I didn't run out. I thought I did, but it's not in my cache thingy. So I went around to all the restaurants today and yesterday and I'm like, do you have any ones? I get nervous when people are running out. But yeah, I was like, do you have any change for ones? And they all let me exchange, so that's great. So I replenished my ones without going to the bank, which is nice because I did not bring my debit card. But yeah, that's all the updates for now. It's just new back boxes. I shifted over and set my new table, and now we're sharing my original table. But yeah, hopefully today goes amazing. Oh my god, this is the breakfast sandwich. Look at how thick this egg is. And I watched them make in front of me, so it seemed really fresh. But let's see if I like it. Alright guys, it's noon and the first thing that I had multiples of to sell out was my mini Totoro. I still have 3 of the big ones left, but the small ones are all gone. Guys, within the span of 5 minutes, I sold both of my Snorlaxes and my Chopper, so I'm sold out of both of those too. It's looking to be a good Saturday. Guys, I had crumbs on my face and nobody told me. I've been talking to people for like 2 hours with like bits all over my mouth. My Ditto sold. I've had that Ditto for like 8 months now, maybe even longer. And he finally sold. And everybody was like, oh, like, would you lower the price? And I kind of just was like, no, I usually don't lower my prices, even if things don't sell. So, yay! I'm so happy he sold. My booth is starting to look so empty. So both of the cubbies over here are empty. Oh wait, sorry, not this one. This one, and this one are empty. These two have the Gojo cats and my big Totoros. This top tier has nothing except for like my QR code for my Instagram. Oh, this is behind the scenes how messy it is. And then my tiered shelf, I ran out of chickens, so I took it out and I swapped it for a bucket for both the chicks and the mallards. And then on this side, I just have my Baby Yoda and a how I price crochet sign. And that's basically it. Everything in the front, the 3 booty turtles are all I have left. The dumpling is gone. And then I even split up the octos and whales when they're usually in one bucket on their own. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully, you know, the rest of these will sell even though my booth is looking really sparse, but we'll see. Update time, it's 4:45 p.m. and the artist alley has died down quite a bit. It was pretty packed before, but now it's pretty empty. Besides like a couple, I mean there's still people here walking around, but most of them aren't buying anymore, they're just like walking around. But yeah, I'm not sold out, but getting pretty close to it. I definitely won't sell out tonight, but if I make a couple more sales, that's great. I keep making more booty turtles, and every time I put one out, they sell. So I haven't been able to have more than 3 booty turtles in that bucket at any given moment for like 3 hours now. So yeah, I'm still making some more. For today's coffee, I went to this cafe called Drip, and I got their Drippy, which is a Viet iced coffee with salted foam and grass jelly, and I'm so excited to try it. But yeah, just walking to the convention now. Okay, last day of Fan Expo Philly. This is everything I have left on my booth. Nothing really changed from the last time I updated the booth, or update you guys on the booth, other than like one booty turtle sold, some chicks sold, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm hoping to leave early today just so I don't have to drive home like at night. So I think I'm gonna leave like 3 p.m. maybe, or I guess, you know, if most of the smaller things sell out, I'll just go. Because I don't know, I'm not really gonna make anything more stuff today other than finishing off those 2 booty turtles in the back, because my wrist hurt. Not my wrist, it's like this part of my hand hurts. So I do have to finish those 2, so I just need to make the shell. And then I made a red top for the mushroom because I have 4 of these dark purple mushroom boys and they don't do so well. All the other colors do better than these, and that's all I have left. So I wanted to make one more red one, and that's about it. I think I'm not gonna restock these. These are like pretty full, honestly. Also, this is my bucket in the back. This is where I keep all my inventory. I had this full and then 2 of my pink bags, if you've seen those. I have 3 octos left and literally some yarn and some gummies from Japan. But yeah, I didn't want to put those 3 because I have a lot of those colors out there, but that's literally all of my stock. And then I kind of have to restart almost, like with all my inventory. But here's hoping today I sell out of everything. Guys, the coffee is so good. I definitely recommend the next time I come to Philly, I'll try their banh mi's. I'm actually gonna get banh mi from this place that my sister's friend recommended. So I didn't get it here, but I'm getting that for the ride home. So hopefully that's amazing, because I heard Viet food in Philly is a lot better. Oh. Sorry, the announcement is going on, but I was saying, like, everyone tells me Viet food in Philly is better than in New York, so I wanted to try it. Also, one has their backpack on. There's the other guy. Still needs it. I crocheted it yesterday though, so here it is. I just need to fasten off the remaining yarn, and he'll go out with his buddies over there. This morning I was like, oh, I shouldn't buy any breakfast because I still have my bread from the Chinese bakery from yesterday. But then today, when I got hungry, I was like, okay, let me go eat it. But the breads that I got were sweeter, and then with the coffee, it was just way too much sugar for me, and I get like sugar headaches. So I was like, okay, I can't eat it. Like, it's just too much sugar in the morning. And so I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna eat? Like, I don't really have time to like go out and get something, and I didn't really want like not convention food. But thankfully, oh my god, Amber's husband went out and got poke, and she offered, so I got a bowl. So shout out to them, thank you. I will not starve. Thanks to you guys. Mini update, it's 1 p.m. and I've sold a good amount of stuff for considering I have so little at my booth. I think I'm gonna stay for max like 2 more hours, and then I'm gonna pack up and go. But I told myself I wasn't gonna stop crocheting, but here I am crocheting. Sorry, there's customers, so I paused the video, but I'm back. I told myself I was gonna stop crocheting after the booty turtles, but I can't help myself at this point. This is my midday update. This is everything I have left. I took away the empty buckets, and then I detached the extra bit that I added yesterday because it was just looking so empty. I mean, it still looks empty, but I don't know. I'm debating if I should just call it a day and just start packing up to go home, or if I should give it like the hour that I had left, because I told myself I was gonna leave at 3 and it's 2 p.m. right now. But yeah, I don't know. Should I leave Maybe. Who knows? This artist just came by and he's giving out free stickers. He's a tattoo artist. Oh, these are so cute, these curvies. This is their at, so check them out. We had a bunch, but I chose the curvy one. It's so cute. Oh my god, this one. Adorable. Hey guys, I ended up leaving early. I did a couple rounds in the artist alley, talked to some people, and then I left at around like 4 p.m. maybe instead of 3. Yeah. I did end up rebooking for Fan Expo Philly. It was a good show for me. Well, actually, I'll tell you more about it later. But yeah, I rebooked. And then now I'm gonna go get some boba for the ride and some banh mi. Alrighty. So of course I had to go check out the Philly Michaels before I left because I wanted to see what yarns they had, and good thing I did because they actually still had quite a couple Sweet Snuggles Light and Chenille Home Slim in certain colors. Obviously the most popular colors, they're not there anymore, but they still had good selection, you know. So I'm glad I came. I got 4 skeins, so I just got this light blue, and then that's Sweet Snuggles Light, and then I got 3 of this blue shadow Chenille Home Slim. Yeah, so got the 4 skeins. I'm happy I came. I was like, am I doing too much by coming? But no, I'm glad I came. This blue shadow yarn is what I use for my Snorlaxes, and I think it's worth it to get these since Snorlax does really well for me at conventions. Whew, I'm like out of breath. But yeah, time to go home now. It's a 2-hour 40-minute drive, so I have a good amount of time on the road, so let's get going. You guys know the drill. It's recap time for my convention. So Fan Expo Philly is of course a convention in Philly, and it's a 3-day con, so Friday to Sunday. Let's talk about how I did. So I'm assuming you guys saw the title. So I did almost sell out at the convention. I ended up going home with probably like 3, I think it was the 3 big plushies, and then probably like 15 of the small stuff on the table. It was a good convention in that regard because I had almost sold out, right? But, and I think I mentioned it early in the vlog, like it was good, but like also I don't really know because yeah, I almost sold out, but I didn't have that much inventory to begin with because I had made only X amount of items. I think it was like 200 plushies or something like that going into the convention. So my inventory itself was very low in the first place. I didn't actually make that much money, even though it was technically a good convention because I left with almost no inventory. So I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I did rebook, like I said, but it's hard for me to tell if I actually did well because I didn't come in with a lot of inventory to begin with. The normal inventory amount I usually end up going to conventions with is probably like 4 to 5k, not even, like a little less than 5k. And this time around I only went in with like, I don't know, like 3.2k or something like that. So bear that in mind if you are considering doing this convention. A lot of people told me that they didn't do that well, so also keep that in mind. So I did rebook, so I'm gonna be guaranteed a spot next year, and I'm hoping that for that convention I'll have way more inventory so that I can actually do a valid comparison as to like whether it's a good convention and like one that I would consistently rebook. So I don't know. That's the TLDR, is I don't know if it's a good convention. But yeah, let's talk about expenses. My table was $369, and I actually didn't sign up until like really like a month or 2 before the convention started. It was because I was waiting on ASIN and I didn't get in, and it's the same weekend. So I ended up applying once I knew that I was on like the wait list at ASIN and I wasn't gonna get a booth. I applied. It was already like full technically, because when I went to apply it said like sign up like for the wait list. I actually heard back like a couple days after I applied, interestingly enough. So I don't really know how the wait list works, but they don't take your money right away if you sign up through waitlist. But if you just sign up for Fan Expo, if you didn't know, they take your money right away, and then if you don't get in, that's when they refund you the money. So I applied through waitlist and I got in through that way. And then with my whole hotel shenanigans, I missed the room block discount for 4 points. I had originally booked Best Western with the discount, but then I was like looking on the map like a week before I was set to drive to Philly, and I'm like, wait, like Best Western isn't as close as I thought it was. It's still close. It was like 0.3 miles away from the convention center, but because I was doing it solo, and usually when I do convention solo, like I prioritize my safety and comfort over everything. So when I do solo conventions, I try to book right next to convention center so that I'm not traveling very far if like the convention ends late at night or something like that. So I was like, wait, it's a little further than I thought it was. So I canceled my reservation at Best Western and I booked at 4 points. So I ended up paying like $300 a night for the hotel, which is, oh my God, it's so expensive. I don't know why it was that expensive. It was already that price when I had booked Best Western like a month or two prior. So I knew that was gonna be the best deal I was gonna get. It was like $300 and that was the cheapest. So I just booked it, like screw it, let me just pay for it. So that really dug into my profit margin, unfortunately, but I felt safe there, which is important to me. So yeah, I'm sure if you share rooms with other artists or someone else like that, your expenses go down quite a bit. Like obviously if I was able to split the hotel with someone, it would be great. It would have been very nice. But it is what it is. Yeah, so I ended up spending 2 nights at the hotel. I left on Sunday evening. It was a really long drive. There was like a whole, if you didn't know, like the New Jersey Transit strike was happening when I was coming back, so there was so much traffic. Everybody was driving into the city basically, unless you took the path. And it was annoying because there was so much traffic, but I will never be upset at people for striking for, you know, livable wages, you know. So yeah, that was a time. I was in the car for so long. So we're like in rows of like 3 people in an aisle, and the booth to my right, nobody ever showed up, and so we were told like you could spread out if you want to. So I didn't really have that much product to begin with, so my booth neighbor to the left, we just shared my original table and we just cut it in half. So that was nice. It was nice seeing like a bigger setup. I usually never have one. It's usually 6 feet, and also like I really don't need to grow that tall anyway, which I felt a little bit insecure about, because if you see artist alley tables, they grow so tall, and I was worried because I was like, my booth is really short compared to other people's. So I was like, is everybody gonna just like walk by my table and not notice it because it's so tiny? But it's okay, none of that really happened, but it was like something I was thinking about. All right, that was it for my recap. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe, like, comment. I love commenting back to you guys when you do comments. And hit the bell notification if you want to be updated when I do upload. I'll see you guys in the next video.